fellow Star Wars fans, it is Starrapter here, and welcome to the channel. It's a huge day for Star Wars fans. Project Luminous has finally been revealed. The thing that was announced back at Celebration last year was teased all throughout this year, felt so long. 10 months later, we get the reveal that this is the High Republic. Project Luminous is going to be a sort of imprint for Star Wars set 200 years before the events of the Phantom Menace. So we're in this fertile territory where no stories are going to intertwine with the Skywalker saga, because that is way further ahead in the timeline, and we are just going to explore the Jedi as these sorts of Knights of the Round Table. They are going to go out to the galaxy, the edges of the galaxy. The Republic is not as vast as it's seen in the movies, so we are going to explore what it is to be the Jedi. Lots of really cool things. So this video is going to be about me trying to break down as much as the information that I gathered off of StarWars.com out of the video that Star Wars put out, as well as all the live tweets from the event tonight. So let's start off with really getting into what this is all about. So it is a great time of galactic expansion. There are new hyperspace routes throughout the galaxy. This really does have the core of the Star Wars. Basically, everything is in there from Star Wars. You got your droids, you have your ships, you have your lightsabers, lots of really cool concept art. It's a time of peace and prosperity, a time when Jedi were galactic guardians, also a time of galactic expansion. Yeah, I said that before, hyperspace lanes. There is going to be new villains, and they are called the Nihil. So they are way different than villains we have seen in Star Wars, which are usually white troopers, either the First Order troopers or the stormtroopers of the Empire. No, these Nihil, this faction, it looks like several different species. We are not sure what they are. All they are looking like is a bunch of punks. So it's kind of this cool thing, and the whole premise of this imprint of this era of Star Wars is, what are Jedi afraid of? So is this the people that they are afraid of? These sort of space Vikings, as they are called. So that's quite interesting there. Breaking into what this is all going to mean for Star Wars fans. This is going to be for every type of Star Wars fan, as I will talk about later in this video about all the different releases that are coming out. There's going to be things for like middle grade level, for young adults, for adults, comics, books. It's going to comprise of Marvel, IDW Comics, Delrey, and Disney Lucasfilm Press. So the big guns for Star Wars publishing there. A couple of guiding stars, as they like to say, for what Project Luminous was, is Obi-Wan's line, "For 1,000 years, the Jedi Knights were guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic." And also, what would scare Jedi? That's another big thing there. They went to the Jedi in this area to look distinct. So they have lots of really cool concept art. These Jedi were kind of like the Greeks and the Romans at the height of their power. They have lots of gold in their clothing, but then they also have these separate occasions of when they are going adventuring more. It looks like leather, stuff like that. So a lot of cosplayers out there, I'm sure, are already getting to work on these High Republic Jedis. The ideas of the High Republic is to try something new in Star Wars that has never been done before, not having their hands held because they had to abide by directors of the films and constant plot lines changing. They have to deal with none of that. It's all publishing. Getting into the books, the first one is written by Charles Soule. This is going to be awesome. I love this guy as far as a writer for Star Wars. He's killing it with all the comics he writes, but this is his first novel. This is going to be called Light of the Jedi, and this is the first story in the High Republic. This is where you're going to want to start. This is an adult novel by Delrey, and it's going to be about the Jedi. There's like 4 main characters in a time of peace and prosperity. It's going to open like that, and of course, like all Star Wars, there's going to be some kind of, I guess, antagonist or something bad that happens, and they are calling it the Great Disaster. So that one is coming out on August 25th, right before Star Wars Celebration Anaheim. So maybe they'll give us some kind of cool variant cover or something like that. We also have A Test of Courage, written by Justina, Ireland, and this one is about a character who is a 16-year-old Jedi Knight. I'm not really sure what else is involved with that. Next up, we have Cavan Scott, and we're switching things again because Cavan Scott is usually writing for the IDW Star Wars Adventures comics, but he is going to be a writer on a brand new, I guess it's going to be an ongoing series, Star Wars The High Republic. This is going to be set primarily on a space station called the Starlight Beacon. The Starlight Beacon is a brand new location in Star Wars, and it is literally a beacon of hope. And I'm going to talk about this in another video, but I think that has something to do with the Star Wars flagship comics going on right now. We also have Claudia Gray, who people love her, and for every good reason. She's written Bloodline, she's written Lost Stars, she's written some of the best Star Wars stories to date in canon, and her book is called Into the Dark. It's set around the adventures of a Padawan. It's the kind of Padawan I would prefer to go on adventure, but now leaving Coruscant to go to the frontier of the galaxy. So I'm reading from these tweets, so not all of them are completely written in a way that I can read them coherently. It's also very late right now where I am. And finally, we have Daniel Jose Older, who's written Last Shot. He is a writer primarily novels, and he is going to make the transition over to the IDW comics. And he is going to be doing a thing called The High Republic Adventures. We follow younger characters learning all about the Jedi and the Nile. So those are the big notes that I was taking during this tweets and everything else revealed. I'm sure there's so much more information. But my reaction to all of this is, yes, this is what I wanted. Apparently, they have been doing this they have been working on the idea for the High Republic since 2014, which is when the canon started. So that's really cool, and this is something I've wanted to see in Star Wars for a long time. Yes, we have the Aftermath trilogy. Yes, we are getting the Alphabet trilogy, Alphabet Squadron trilogy, but we haven't gotten something like an ongoing series, and to see how these writers are all meeting at Skywalker Ranch multiple times. They're constantly in communication. Like, they are not taking this lightly. Like, this is huge. As they say in the video, this is basically like they're bringing in concept art. It's almost like they're doing a movie, but it's all just with the written and the visual on the page form. So awesome stuff. I'm so excited to get into this. This is what I've been waiting for Star Wars for a long time. I am a little bit surprised, though, that it's only set 200 years before The Phantom Menace. I would have figured that by then it's very much like the same like The Phantom Menace, but according to these, they're still expanding quite a bit. So, hey, I mean, 200 years is still a substantial time. I just thought maybe it would be a little bit further. The rumors that were originally 400, but I'm sure I'll get over that right away. Just overall, I don't know why the event was not being live streamed, because everybody in there was just live tweeting. So it was a little bit cumbersome navigating through all the information, but I think I got most of it. So what do you guys think of the High Republic? Are you excited? Are you just super happy that we're getting outside of the Skywalker saga? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. If you guys want to follow me and all my other content relating to Project Luminous, or now we can call it the High Republic, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, as I will be talking about the High Republic on a regular basis on this channel, and you're going to want to be subscribed so you never miss any of that content. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.